Well, it's snowing a lot. Oh man, the things we do for YouTube. So how does this Mustang Mach-E work in a blizzard? We got about 6 to 8 inches so far, and it's still coming down. 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, and the roads aren't in the best shape. So how does a Mach-E work in the snow? Well, okay, pretty good. I've got the Mustang Mach-E GT, so I'm sitting at 5.3 inches of ground clearance, which isn't a lot. If you're familiar with some other SUVs, more traditional SUVs, I guess, you probably are aware that there's much better options out there for if ground clearance is your main thing. But you're 5.7 inches for the regular Mach-E, 5.3 for the GT. You know, on the road right now, well, it's, as you can see, it's pretty well driven on, and the plows went out once this morning, but it's pretty gnarly right now. There's probably 3 to 4 inches. My driveway definitely had 8 inches, and let me tell you, I was snowplowing with the front end on this thing, and it was killing me. So I hope you guys are getting some enjoyment out of this. I actually got stuck in my driveway where the plow went by. I was like, well, this isn't going to work, and probably would have started this video a little bit sooner, but I spent about 3 or 4 minutes doing the old back and forth. I took the traction control off, and I was able to get the wheels spinning, and as you can see, I'm fighting the wheel here a little bit. But you know, this thing, it's doing good. It's got the Michelin, I think it's, what are they, the cross country, or I forget the exact name, but they're an all-season tire. So this is the GT, not the GT Performance. One of the reasons, besides the cost, that I didn't go with the GT Performance is it comes with that summer tire. Well, obviously I live in a region where we get quite a bit of snow. So I didn't want to have to deal with getting another pair of winter tires with the vehicle that was already that expensive, and then, you know, either have to bring this vehicle somewhere to get the snow tires put on, or just have a second set of rims and then I just swap them out myself. I just wasn't interested in that. But you know, with a good pair of all seasons, these are 20-inch wheels, and these are doing well. I mean, as far as traction overall, I would say this is one of the better performing vehicles that I've ever owned. I have driven a lot of, a family friend of ours has a Ford Edge, and we've driven that quite a bit. We have a Toyota Highlander, so I'm very familiar with the all-season tires on an all-wheel drive vehicle. And I think part of it could be, to be fair, with an EV, is that you have a much lower center of gravity. With the batteries being down so low, that's quite a bit of weight that's down low, keeping your traction good. And so I think that has a lot to do with how good this vehicle handles. In my situation, is 5.3 inches of ground clearance a limiting factor? Absolutely. Now, if I wasn't doing this YouTube video for you guys today, I certainly wouldn't be driving this in these kind of conditions. I have my 07 Silverado that I would be driving today, but I wanted to show you guys that this thing is capable. It does do well in the snow. If we got, you know, any more than this, or as you can see, the plows or the grader must have gone by here probably in the last hour. This road's actually in pretty good shape here. We just have a dusting on this, but you know, I've been very happy with the overall traction and the winter handling performance. You know, an interesting thing, if you can see the hood, I'm not looking at my camera, I'm obviously driving, so hopefully you guys can see it, but with no motor up there, the snow and the ice doesn't melt off of there. And if you're in a winter climate, you might be used to that. Not that that's a good or a bad thing, it's just something that I thought, oh, that's interesting. I'll actually have to at least brush off my hood from time to time now. But no, I've been very happy with the traction, with the overall performance in snow. The windshield's got good visibility. I do have a bit of a gripe about the rear window. I assume it's an aerodynamic thing, and we'll address this at a different time. But there's something with the aerodynamics where the wind comes off the roof, it sort of swirls around behind that back window, and you get quite a bit of snow getting stuck up in your rear window. And I'm a taller person, so it's kind of gets right in my field of view. So like today, if I didn't have the rear wiper going, I wouldn't be able to see out that back window. I suppose that's a trade-off though for a performance vehicle. Not a deal breaker by any means. Of course, it does have the rear heated glass, so that and the windshield wiper, it's not a big deal at all. But if you guys have any questions about driving this thing in a snowstorm, getting stuck, let me know in the comments. I guess speaking of getting stuck, if you did actually get really stuck, there is a tow mode that you can put this in, and basically it just allows the wheels to move freely. But I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it has to be less than 45 miles an hour. If you did get in such a bad shape or spun out and you actually needed a tow somewhere, make sure it's a flatbed. Don't have somebody with a hook come and tow this. It's got to be on flatbed with the all-wheel drive. So that about sums up today's video. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you got any questions, let me know. Be sure to like. If you found this video helpful, give me a like. It does help. If you have any questions about it, I do look at the comments. We're slowly starting to grow here, so if there's more interest in Mach-E videos, or if you guys have something specific that you want to see, be sure to let me know, and I'll do my best to get it covered in a future video. That's it for today. Take care, guys.